Agee, we got something special right now. Sitting across from us, man. NBA great. Let me say that again. NBA great.
Great.
The man joining us today's front is a California native. That's right. California love. That's where he from. Played his ball in Las Plumas before going on to play D1 at Arizona State.
Yeah.
Played 9 seasons in the NBA.
Damn.
Not 1, not 2, not 3. He gonna keep it going with the Utah Jazz, the Miami Heat, where he was named the 1997 NBA Most Improved Player. And you know what that happens, right?
Oh,
The check star.
cheddar
cheddar star
baby.
rolling in. Finished his career with the Memphis Grizzlies. Man, we'd like to welcome to the Hoop Dreams podcast, the one and only, the legend. I'm going to give his full name.
His full name.
Isaac Austin. I'm Will Gates. That's my dog.
Arthur Agee in the building. Welcome to the show, man.
What's good, man?
How
Just
you doing,
appreciate
man?
it. Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I
Yeah?
appreciate all this, man. It's
Man, we so
great
glad
intro
you came
too.
out.
I have to say that.
Yeah.
But you know what I love about it? It's all true, though.
Right?
It's all true.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah,
true,
you gotta
man.
put in
And-
that work to get that. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, I said this earlier. We're sitting here in this, I don't even know if I want to call it a replica because everything is real. The floor is real. The
Yeah.
rims are real. I mean, this, when I look at the walls, this actually was on our wall at school. Literally, we're kind of sitting in the birthplace of Hoop Dreams.
Yep.
So speaking of Hoop Dreams, man, tell me about the time when you first saw it and, and what were your thoughts on it?
it was a fantastic story. Growing up and looking at that, it's just inspires you to be better yourself.
Mhm.
Everyone has their dreams, and to me, it inspired me to do and create my own dream, and that's what I got from it.
Yeah.
But the show was everything was about it. The story, everything was about what we're living in, and what we did through our lives when you play this game of sports. So,
Yep. Home life, all that. Coaches, what you got to go through.
Exactly.
It was just exposed, set there, for like 2 hours and 50 minutes. And it come out October 94. You remember where you was at that time?
94, I was in I was in Miami. I was in Miami 94.
Yeah.
I was actually it was at that time I was, to get on the Heat, I had to go through 3 mini camps.
Yeah.
So there was 150 guys that came through Miami for only 2 positions.
What?
And that year, it was me and Tony Farmer who made the team as out of all that situation.
150 dudes.
150 dudes. 3 mini camps.
Wow.
And Tony Farmer made it, and I made it.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's-
But we want to get more into that.
yeah.
But AJ and I, we do this a little bit different.
Yeah.
Our podcast is a little bit different. We want to know the Ike Austin story. We want to know your story, man. What was it like growing up in Cali? Give us the background on your life.
Well, I'd like to say that, I had especially these days, I've had a good life. I had both parents in the home. My mom and dad was in the home. We did live in the projects, but that's reality.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
The hood.
But I had much love in the house, and I had a father that pushed us to work, to do this, to do that, and if you're gonna want to do something, he's gonna push you to go do it. So, and I had a mother that really took care of us.
Wow.
And she's still living today. My dad passed away, but my mom is still living today, and she lives in Fresno still as of today. So, but yeah, growing up, it's I had 5 sisters and 1 brother. I was the baby.
Wow.
And
Well, we would say that's a big family, right?
Yeah,
That's a big family.
Right?
You a baby, yeah.
right, but I mean, big kids. So like my sisters are like 6'3", 6'4". You know, my brother's 6'5", 6'6". Well, no, about 6'7". And then I was a baby that ended up being, you know, 6'10".
So I get it was competition at the table.
Absolutely.
Competition who getting into the bathroom first. Like
Everything. Everything.
Man.
Everything.
Absolutely, absolutely. Man, I was thinking you were saying that because it, you know, I grew up in a big family, and I just got to ask you this: what was it like with you and your brother, though?
I think the thing was my brother was the pure athlete. I wasn't. I was chubby, slow, but, you know, had good hands.
Yeah.
Can dance, had good feet. You know what I mean? So, you know, eventually, once I had gotten in shape, then the competition was there. But I always looked up to my brother because he was so good. I mean, he was, in my eyes, he was the greatest because I seen it live.
Okay.
You know, I seen him drop 65 points in a game.
Wow.
In high school.
Damn. Yeah. He would have been my hero too.
So, you know, I played JV when he was playing varsity, and I would play my game, come back, and I was their water boy and all this stuff for the varsity team.
Now, did your sisters play too?
One of them did. She played at Fresno High School.
Okay.
But they just didn't go that path. It was just, you know, me and my brother was the ones that went in that path of sports and stuff like that. That's why my parents moved us from Fresno, and we moved down to Gridley.
Now, was it just always basketball? Did y'all play any other
I played
sports?
football too. So
okay.
I played football in high school and basketball. But like I said, I was slow. I can tell you this story. And my dad is 6'5", 300, and strong as an ox, right? And he didn't play, you know, when it come to his kids or whatever. And I'll tell you this story just because I think, you know, you can get a glimpse of how he was.
Yeah.
So I was playing JV, and David Severance, who was assistant coach at the Clippers, was the high school coach who coached my brother, but he was coaching JV first, and then Dempsey, who was the head coach, moved, and then he got the head coaching job. So just to set you up for what's happening here.
Yeah.
And so Severance was my coach, and the JV. So he was, you know, telling me, "Oh, you slow, you keeping this, you know, run the liners. You know how you used to run the liners and stuff in the practice and this and that." So my dad came in the gym towards the end of the practice, and he said, "Why you the only one out here running?" And I said, "Well, you know, the coach said I'm slow. I need extra running and this and that and that and that." So at Gridley High School, there's an upstairs to the locker room. There's only one way up, one way down. And the coach has his office and stuff up there. So he went up in there, and he went in there and told David Severance, like, "Look, don't you ever talk crazy or kick my son out just because he's doing something slow.
Wow.
The most important is he's finishing. As long as he finish and he don't quit, it shouldn't matter how slow, how fast."
How did coach take that?
Oh, he couldn't do nothing because he knew the hand. It was next. Next was just the hands who's gonna go next. So, you know,
As you know, how he is 6'5", 300 pounds, walking up in that office.
Right.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
yeah. No, I mean, snatched my brother at halftime.
What?
Why you acting like that?
Damn.
No, serious. No, my dad was serious when it came to, because he wanted us to be our best, but he didn't want us to act a fool. He didn't want you to take that to head. You know, it got to my brother Alex, which is his name, Alex Austin, got to his head because he was so good. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So then you get the big head. You
Yeah.
start thinking you can just do anything, and it doesn't work like that. Not with him.
Wow. Pops
So
was
he-
keeping you level-headed, grounded.
Keep you level-headed, grounded. But you got to remember, I'm the youngest, so I'm watching all the stuff that he's doing
Yeah.
and learning, so that I don't make those mistakes.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that is the difference in the way our careers, ended up going once, we got to college and then the next level of the thing. My brother had an opportunity to play in the league, but he played overseas,
Yeah.
but he didn't make it to the league, and I made it to the league. And I think that's what the animosity between us, like
Yeah.
when you talk about the competition between brothers, that is what happened, because of the day that I got drafted by the Jazz in 91, we had a party at the house, and he was all upset when I got that call
Wow.
from Jerry Sloan saying, son, we picked you and we want you to come here to Utah and
Wow.
do your thing.
I just gotta ask, man, because the happiest day of your life is now being confronted with the guy that you admire, the guy that you looked up to,
Yeah.
not showing what you thought would be, him excited for you.
Yeah. True happiness.
What was your emotions like during that time?
I was upset because I looked at it as it didn't matter
Right.
who made it. It was, we
It's
made
family.
it.
We
Yeah.
made it. Yeah.
We made it. That was the thing. And that's how I looked at it. But I think apparently he didn't look at it that way. And to this day we're not even that, we're not close.
Because of that situation.
Because of that situation, we don't talk.
Wow.
I don't even talk to him because of the things that have happened. He has a son.
Mm-hmm.
I have a son. My son played on his AAU team, and he treated my son like he was just, some Joe Blow out there, and then wanted to pump up what was happening with Isaiah, which is his son, which was at Baylor, which played with Compton Magic, with Atope and them.
Yep.
I know Atope.
Atope, yep.
I taught Atope at the Big West tournament, a Big West camp that used to happen in Santa Barbara all the time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So these are the things that, unfortunately happen in our lives. Yeah. But you got to move on. Yeah. But yeah, it wasn't a good situation for me because I really thought that, either one of us made it. We made it. Yeah. That was what it was.
Man, we won't move into your high school because now you're transitioning in high school.
Yeah.
At this point, though, did you know that basketball was it, or did you think that I got a love for it, but I really don't have a love for it at this point?
Yeah, I was in the middle. I played football. When I was in middle school, I played on the middle school, high school basketball team, and then because of my brother was playing, I was like, okay, I think I can do this. So then I went to high school. So I'm a freshman in high school, and then I play football because the coach that was our JV coach for basketball also was for football.
Football, okay.
So I went out and played. I played tackle for offensive side. I was a tackle. And then defensive end, I played, nose guard, this, that, and that. And we had a really good squad. I mean, we won as, but I only played in football.
Wow.
We actually won, but, and then from there, I just started playing the basketball, and then it was more, I just switched and said, look, I'm gonna do this basketball thing.
And Agee, now we always ask this question, man, and this, whether it was at your school, your brother, in the neighborhood, who's the guy that you knew that you had to beat that dude, and you said, I'm ready?
Oh, that was my brother, bro. I like I said, he was the mark at the time for me.
So you holding your brother up here and all the other schools, rivalries and all that, like y'all, I crush y'all. It's this dude who I need to try
Exactly.
to. Wow.
Because he crushed them.
Yeah.
He crushed, I mean, Gridley is small, but they can pack out a high school gym.
Say the whole town shut down.
And there was a rivalry. The school was Willow. That was the name of the school. And my brother went up in there and he dropped 50 on them.
In they spot.
In they spot. And then they came and played us at Gridley. And I mean, he went, I remember the picture that they snapped. But he was behind the back. He went baseline and he jumped. And his head was behind the backboard and he dunked it. I mean, it was nasty. It was nasty what he did to them. And I used to be like, wow.
I know you like my turn.
I was like, I'm coming. Wow. And here I wasn't dunking. I didn't dunk until like my senior year.
Really? How big were you?
I was, my sophomore year, I was about 6'5", and then junior year, I got about 6'8", and then my senior year, I was, so I wasn't dunking because I was heavy, so I wasn't jumping like that, but, as for the left hand, right hand hook, boom, do this,
You always had a soft touch, too.
Touch is there, dog.
Your soft touches was right there.
That 5 to 15-foot range.
Yeah.
Money.
And you can handle the ball too. Like, what did you work on your handles?
Yeah. That was a lot of these dribbling drills. At the time when we used to, you remember those
the blinders had to put them on where you couldn't see down. Right?
yeah. So we used to wear those and do all the dribbling things. I did everything that the guards, all that stuff. And then just learning. Like I said, I was the last one, so I used to watch and see and do things and learn. And the different coaches that were coaching, I listened to the situation. I'm not like these kids that don't listen or watch. They think they know. And it's more of watching, analyzing, looking at tape or seeing this, and then you go and you work on that skill. And so that was a knack for me when it came to basketball. I was like a sponge. I grasped whoever was talking, grasp that stuff in, and then process it and figure out, what I'm gonna do from there.
I've heard you say this a lot throughout the interviews that your weight was an issue. At what point did you make the decision that, I got to shed this stuff off and I got to keep it off me this time?
That was junior college. That was Keith Hughes.
Wow.
Yeah, because of his, he was like Bobby Knight, right? So he had to condition this program, this, that, and that. And, he had brought in 5 Alabama players.
Wow.
5 different guys that had talent. Greg was he's a good friend of mine. He coached my daughter now, but Greg was 6'10", point guard, left-handed.
What? With handles. You saying the point guard 6'10" can bring the ball up. I'm running the
ball
offense.
up.
Damn.
Bring the ball up. Shoot threes.
This in junior college?
Junior college. We had a guy named Rodney Jones, which was another Alabama player. He was 6'5", just jump out the gym. He was our 3-man. I was playing post. I had another guy named Tim. Tim was playing our power forward. And then we had a dude, we call him Keeley. He was our 2-guard.
So was there a place that you was, if you wouldn't have went to that junior college, are we sitting here talking about Ike Austin?
I don't know. I don't think so. Because high school was experiment. It was, I played because my brother was playing type thing.
Yeah.
It didn't really click until when I got to Reedley Junior College, which was at the time called Kings River Junior College, and which is in Reedley. Reedley is the city, right?
Okay.
which is right outside of Fresno.
Fresno.
So the journey takes me to Gridley, which goes to Orville, Las Plumas, senior year. Then my dad and them, we all moved back to Reedley outside of Fresno and go to junior college.
Wow.
We packed the house up. And we played Fresno City, which was our rivalry.
Okay.
And man, it was standing room. And you know, my dad in there talking mad shit. It's going down tonight.
Absolutely.
Y'all better be ready.
But I got to ask you this, though. But what was said to you? See, I'm always into that. What was said to you that made you change? What did the coach say? What did your dad say? What did your mom say?
It was more Keith. What he said to me was like, son, you got to get it, you got to get in shape. You have all the skills.
Wow.
I'm saying, was it the money? Because I tell you, when we interviewed a kid from Kentucky, and he was telling us about when Bam was there, coach came out and said, man, I just got off the phone with the league, and they said, man, if you just, do the basics, you're $100 million man. Was NBA in your mind when you was talking to the coach?
No, this is just junior college trying to get to
another level
to a Division I school. Because I wanted to play Division I. And at that time, my brother was at Arizona State. I was in junior college. So in the summertime, I was going to Arizona and playing against Kevin Johnson and Mark West and, we all playing in the gym, So I got a chance, because he was there, I got a chance to play against college players, test my skills in the gym. They had Arthur Thomas and Steve Beck, all these cats that played with my brother. One of my best friends to this day is Terrence Wheeler. He was there, So he was there. This was the experience. And then when I got to college, it was, okay, I made all Pac-10. And then, went over and played the Pac-10 team, all Pac-10 team. We went and did that travel in Germany. So we went, this was before the Berlin Wall was down and all this stuff. So we went to Germany and played in Cologne and all the different cities. So I played with Sean Ruggs and, all these cats, that was all in the, we traveling and playing together. So then you start thinking now, okay, these cats we getting talked about, okay, I got an opportunity. And even in college, after my senior year, it wasn't like
just easy.
It wasn't easy to say, okay, Ike, you getting drafted. Even though I, dropped numbers, I was averaging I think at Arizona State about 16, 17 points, about 8, 9 rebounds. So we lost to Arkansas, which we should have beat them. Headache lost the game for us. We had them on the ropes when they were number one. Arkansas was number one with Oliver Miller and all them boys. We had them on the ropes in Atlanta.
I actually remember that game. Yeah, y'all did.
We had them on the ropes. And instead of him giving the ball to Terrence, Frieder giving the ball to Terrence and let him, because I had 25 and 10, he had 20 himself. And we beat Rutgers before to get to that.
Get to that game.
Yeah.
What a time too, man. That's crazy.
So when you're saying, like you said, the kid from Kentucky was saying, oh, somebody said you're $100 million. It wasn't like that days because the league wasn't even like that.
That's right.
Yep. The league wasn't even close. League minimum, when I was in the league in 91, was only 130,000. League minimum today is over 500,000. And where it happened is when I was at Arizona State and I got a phone call that said, son, can you get to the draft here to Chicago for the draft?
Damn.
And I said, when can you send me a ticket? I went to the draft, right? I had black shoes. I'm out there because not the star players wasn't playing, right? So I'm out there playing, whatever. And there was a GM at Charlotte who called me up, was going to talk to me, and he said, look, son, let me tell you something. You should get you a pair of white shoes that would make you look like you're moving a lot faster.
Get out of here.
Are you serious?
Just that little simple.
Yeah.
But that's a whole.
But
different-
that right there, going to that camp and showing out at that camp was when I had got the opportunity to actually get drafted because I wasn't even there. They didn't think I had the ability to do, but when I showed up there and then showed out when I was there.
When the lights come on.
I just gotta ask you this, man, because we in this season now too of just, calling stuff for what it is.
Yeah.
In retrospect, when that guy said that to you, that you would look faster in white shoes, have you ever reflected on that? Because I remember when my coach, he said that to us too. He says, black makes you look slow, so we're not gonna wear all black gym shoes. And I kept thinking, like, man, back then it went over my head.
Yeah.
Right.
But upon further reflection years later, I'm like, man, that was borderline racist, if not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm like, my skin is black. What do you mean? I'm looking.
Right.
So you said I look slow. I'm like, what I mean?
Right.
It's like I mean, have you ever reflected on that? He said that.
To be honest with you, I didn't look at it that way. I looked at it as, because I was not a conflict person, and I'm trying to make it right. So I didn't want to cause any.
Right.
I wanted to show them that I'm willing to listen and learn.
Yeah.
Right. So today, like you said, you look at it. Yeah, that is a borderline
Could be borderline
racist comment. But I looked at it as he trying to tell me something to help me get me there.
Mm-hmm.
And out of that situation, he invited me out to Charlotte because they had 2 picks. They had the first round pick and they had the 22nd pick. They took Larry Johnson in the first round pick. And then their 22nd pick, I forgot who they took. But they were going to take me because I went out to Charlotte. And I think I missed maybe 2 shots in their whole workout, which was about an hour, 2-hour workout that they put me through.
All right, man, we got this thing we call halftime, man. We're going to throw some quick hitters at you. And I'm going to let my man Agee jump it off.
Yeah. Mr. Austin, most improved player in the NBA. The top 3 toughest college stadiums you played in.
Arizona.
Okay. Tucson, down there, okay.
UCLA.
Oh, Paulie.
And Washington.
Washington.
Because I played mostly Pac-10. We didn't play against the East teams.
Right.
I could see, playing in the Garden and stuff, after the fact, but playing college ball in the Pac-10 at that time, I'm sorry. I take the Washington back. I go with Oregon. Terrell Brandon was at Oregon.
Wow.
So Oregon, UCLA, and then Arizona was like, that
Had to be Arizona versus Arizona State.
ooh, you didn't want to be in that gym, bro. That gym there, it was packed and it was nasty.
I'm going to give you one you got to think on. Name me 3 people you met over your years, over your lifetime playing that you would have not met because of basketball, and how have they influenced your life?
I would have to say Karl Malone, because I think he showed me the way to how to be a professional. The things that I learned from him over the years, I owe him that. It was like we were like family. He brought me in like I was his brother, like
Wow.
family, that type of thing. That's
A Hall
how
of
deep the
Fame.
relationship was. Pat Riley. And the reason why it was Pat Riley is because during those three mini camps that I went to, Pat Riley took the right to come into the locker room because one of the times I had to leave early because my son was sick, right? He came into the locker room and he told me, son, you lose 10 more pounds, I'll let you come back. But if you can't do it, then there's nothing I can do for you. And I never forgot about that. And so Pat Riley was my way of really becoming the player that I became into the league.
Just for them saying that.
Because of the demand, and then the opportunity, because Zoe history was that he's gonna miss 20 to 25 games a year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he had to have some kind of blanket.
Yeah. Some bag up. Somebody needs to come in.
You know, when I won that most improved was because Zoe got hurt and we did not miss a beat. We didn't lose no games. You know,
damn.
I went from
you stepped right into that role.
I stepped right in the role. I was averaging 20 and 10. I mean, my best game was off a back-to-back against Toronto. I had 33 and 22. And I had 22 points at halftime, 24 at halftime.
Wow.
9 offensive rebounds.
Wow. Karl, Pat Riley. What's that third one?
My mother. Mom's kept me grounded. She was the support that was there. My father was there, but she was he was the more rah-rah, and she was the more balanced to say it's going to be all right, gave you the hugs, stuff when it was tough.
Yep.
So, I have to.
That's amazing. That's amazing 3 right there, dog. I have to say. Let me get you with this. What other passions did you have outside of basketball that could have been a career had you not played ball?
For me, I think business. Business was one. I like to, projects and project financing. I got into that.
You got a real estate portfolio?
Like I said, right now it's more for other projects. So like I got a partner, his name is Constantine. We have a project together. We've been doing it now for over, I want to say 15 years to get it to where it is today. It's called Dot Music. I don't know if you guys know about TLDs, but the internet, which is like property, they opened up generic names like music, like house, like bank. And so Constantine knew that this was coming. So we own Dot Music.
So if I Google.
So what's going to happen, we haven't launched yet.
Okay.
We just won it, right? We beat Google, Amazon, Apple, all these people and the music industry because everybody wanted that TLD. It's music. It's a monopoly when you get it, but they were going at it to be like a .com. .com means it's open. Anybody can get it. .edu, you have to be registered in a college. You have to do this. So it's more about community, right? So we went at it as the music community. And then we put the Grammys, all this. We went to like all around. Constantine went everywhere. And even when they tried to steal it from us and go, at the situation, because there's so much money, bro. This situation is a monopoly. .org is a monopoly. You own that. Is everyone that got a .org is paying you money, bro.
That's crazy.
So .music is the next TLD. which, like I said, 15 years to actually get it now. We're going to launch here in the next year or so. So I've been advocate about projects and business and things, and I've been fortunately to meet certain people because of my status of basketball and because I played not only here in the United States, but I played all over the world. Yeah. So the experience of all that.
Networking with the right
In
people.
other words, he said he got a monopoly on dot music, and if we try to use it, we got to pay him.
You got to pay him.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you want hoopdreams.music, just let me know. You know?
I feel that. Man, I got to hit you with this one. You being a big man, give me your top 3 favorite kicks you played in.
When I played, I was a Nike guy, right?
Okay.
So, but when I was younger, we started off with Converse because that was that was what was fitting at the time. You know what I'm saying? The All-Stars was the joints. They didn't have no support, nothing. But those were the things that you hooped in.
They was heavy.
But my thing is Nike, man. Nike is the it. I only played in Nikes.
Which ones you played in?
I played in the Flights.
Yeah, early 90s, the Flights.
No, I got to ask you, did you play in these? You ever play in the Mr. Robinsons? You ever play in them David Robinsons?
No.
That was a big man's shoe.
Oh, no.
No. I ain't play. Let's get something straight. I didn't play in no big man shoe. I played in a guard shoe. Remember, I had to be light on my feet.
That's right.
I'm trying to look fast. So I played in a guard shoe.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
I would wear a Kobe before I go and pick a Shaq shoe. I'm a big guy, but I'm in a, I think I'm a guard. You know what I mean?
Since you played with your boy Karl Malone, did he ever come in and say, "Here go a pair of LA Gear catapults"? Put them on.
No. You know what? I forgot to tell you that. No. My bad. I did play in the LA Gears. I had an LA Gear deal with Karl. Karl got me an LA Gear deal. So I played in LA Gear that actually had the lights in the soles. Yeah. We came out with them joints.
What?
In the NBA game.
What?
Karl wore them joints in the NBA game, bro.
They had a nice little sole on them too, though. Like it was real cushiony.
Karl came out and played in them joints, yo, with the lights on them joints. So when they call it a name, they dim the lights. Yeah. They saw his shit was like click, click, click. I was like,
the league didn't say nothing about that?
Nah, because you got a contract, right? So the league has a basic contract. They had Reebok, right?
Okay.
So if you as a player didn't have your own contract, you would have to wear Reeboks. Those are the shoes. That was the shoes for the NBA.
For the NBA, okay.
Right? Then it went to Adidas, because Adidas bought Reebok. So that's the bait. But if you have a contract with Nike or this, or you're a Nike player, you wore whatever your contract was.
Wow.
Say you're a Nike dude. Let's just put it out there.
Yeah, you're a Nike dude.
Yeah, Nike's got a lock on the shoe game.
Yeah.
They only control 98% of the basketball market.
Right? And they did really big when they got Jordan.
Yeah, they did.
When they signed him, it was a wrap.
Give me your famous, when you did golf, who was your famous for?
A golf? Look, okay, so Tiger's my number one. Yeah. Because he stayed in Ellsworth when I was playing in Orlando. I was in Ellsworth. So I used to watch Tiger go out there and hit balls on it because it's a community, right?
Community,
so
of course.
Ken Griffey was in there, and Shaq also had a place inside of Ellsworth. It's like a community, gated community, and then they had these different lakes that connect all around. So Tiger had a house in there, and then there was a golf course that was in that community. So Tiger used to go, and I used to see Tiger hitting, and I used to tell him, because we going to drop the jet skis, because I was going to drop the jet skis in the water to go over to Shaq's crib, right? Because we having a blast over there. So I used to go, because he was on my side. Shaq was away on the other side. Him and Ken Griffey, the baseball player, was in the same area. So I used to go by and I see him hitting the balls, and I was like, man, what's up, man? You gonna come? Let's get on these skis, man. Go out and do this thing. He's like, no, I gotta work on my game. I gotta work on my game. So just to see that, and then, what he did just the other days at the Masters, to come back to even be able to do that, that's that. Phil, I gotta give Phil some, because he's Arizona State. So I got to give Phil his business. So I'm a Phil fan, because Phil is a gamer. I mean, away from, playing professionally, he'll get on the course. He talking about betting. You know what I mean? Man. So, it was that.
Like that.
Okay, Jordan, one other golfer. Jordan was golfing me. He used to come out here in Vegas, and we go play Shadow Creek. And he talking mad shit, and the money's going up every hole. So we had that, and then I had one of my homeboys used to play, but another guy who I love playing with, his name is Ron Boone. He's one of the announcers with the Utah Jazz.
Okay.
So he's still doing it to this day. He played in the ABA.
Wow.
But yeah, he's a good friend of mine. So we used to play a lot of courses together when I played. So yeah, that's where it's at.
What is in your playlist this day? What you listening to?
I'm a music guy. I love music. To be honest with you, I used to DJ. So
with the headphones and the turntables and
scratch.
the
Now, let me tell you who taught me. You guys remember Luther Wright, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember Luther Wright?
Big Luther.
Big Luther.
Big Luther, absolutely.
When he was a rookie at the Jazz, he came in, and Luther was the one that taught me how to DJ, how to scratch, how to mix, all that stuff, bro.
How to fade, all
How
of
to
that.
fade, all of it, bro. Big Luther
He
was
had his own
crazy.
equipment?
Yeah. So I went and bought techniques, all that stuff. We used to come to the house, do all that stuff. Luther, the crazy story about Luther was he was so out of it. I mean, NBA wasn't like, he wasn't even thinking like that. Luther was playing on the drums in Houston, playing some beats on the drum before the game. That's the type of stuff that he was doing, bruh. But yeah, Luther taught me how to DJ. So my playlist right now, I'm listening to, okay, I got some trap music in there. You gotta have the trap music. So, I got a Lil Baby, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, I gotta stay with my 90s music, man. So
like him.
I'm in those 90s, the Joes, a lot of people don't know about this, but Gerald Levert, the teddy bear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gerald was a beast.
Can't go wrong with Gerald.
Right? A lot of babies made on that.
Yeah.